These are my journals. Since I've been back, I have filled over 263 of these books, writing front and back on every page. When I read these books over, they make no sense. But I try hard. I try hard to listen to people's tragedies, to formulate a thought that makes sense to someone other than me. It was my job. I loved my job. It was everything I ever wanted to do in life. So when I became 18, I enlisted immediately. Became a career military man, proud to serve and honored to wear my uniform. Who am I kidding? You see, it was at that moment my life became a tragedy and I didn't even know it. Oh, you see, post-traumatic stress disorder is real, the confusion is real, and the symptoms are real. In a study done by the Wounded Warrior Project, over 20% of veterans come back from the war in Afghanistan with some degree of post-traumatic stress disorder. Now take Jerry, a soldier who bravely did 3 tours, was recently diagnosed with a very severe case of PTSD. As he is struggling to find a foothold in society or a place in his own home, his mind keeps on taking him back to what he knows best. War. Things we bring back, like Kristy, Thomas. Now when I was 20, I married my high school sweetheart, Stacy. And when I was packing up for my first tour to Afghanistan, Stacy was 6 months pregnant. Now, I couldn't have Jesse's photo with me, see he wasn't born yet. But I was able to have the next best thing. I had my wife's sonogram. Oh, well, that's what kept me going. You see, when you're overseas, you have to have something or some things that make you focused on wanting to come home alive. Everyone else on my team, they were all the unlucky ones. They only had one thing. Oh, well, I was the lucky one. I was able to have 2 things, you see. I had my wife and I had my son. I had my son. Well, I guess I did learn one thing. I learned that there is nothing out there that compares to war. I would think the closest thing is the first 30 minutes of Saving Private Ryan. Just watching those men put their helmets on, not knowing if they'll ever see the person next to them, or if the person next to him will ever see him again. Yeah, I've lived that movie 3 times over with those images are seared into my brain, not knowing but assuming I have killed people. I didn't know if they had wives or kids, or if I was over there killing their wives and killing their kids. There's no preparation, no warning. War does not operate with the handbook, so you better be ready, because people's lives are dependent on you to do your job. What they won't tell you in any book you'll ever read, any magazine or any interview out there, is that every time I pulled the trigger, every time a bullet left my gun, a piece of me was ripped away. So after my 3rd tour, I decided to stay home. I couldn't make out what was wrong with me. I mean, there were nights I would go over to Jesse, and I would pick him up and cradle him in my arms. Daddy loves you. You're his knight in shining armor. And Stacy would come in and ask me why I was crying. I didn't realize I was. I would have to come over and lay Jesse down, and I would have to come up with a lie. A lie to hide from the fact that I go filled with emotions, or a different lie to hide from the other fact that I just can't feel an emotional connection to anyone anymore. stare at this photo of Stacy and Jesse for hours. Hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours, and I wouldn't feel a thing. I would be sitting there frozen in my head. Absent, cold-hearted, emotionless, among other things, Stacy began to call me. I wanted to be the man that I was, the one to pull her close and just tell her how much she was loved, but I couldn't even do that for my own wife. I should have told the doctor what was wrong with me. But I kept on saying to myself, Jerry, you got this. There's nothing in the world you can't handle. But I was wrong. Never in my life have I been so wrong, and right now my head is just pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding, and I just need a little bit of silence, just 5 minutes of silence, but I can't even get down to my own home because Jesse's alarm is going off and Stacy's over here making breakfast and it's time for school, but I just get out for 5 minutes, but... Do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Just do your job. My brothers have abandoned me. The people who swore to protect me, you see, they're not here anymore. But the enemy, they're getting closer and closer. They're starting to surround me and they're getting closer and closer and closer. The tanks are rolling in and so I decided to strike it. I killed my enemy. And in that moment, there was nothing. Just me. My enemy. In silence. Stacy, I killed our enemy. For us. No, Jesse. Jesse, buddy. Yes. Daddy loves you. You're his knight in shining armor. Something was wrong with me. I kept on seeing war. The brain is such a powerful thing. Makes you see things that aren't there, fear people that loved you, but I never imagined in a million years it would make me take myself with such force. And I snapped in his neck. Post-traumatic stress disorder is real. The confusion is real, and the symptoms are real.